Hey, what's up guys, and thanks for joining me here today on this channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the fairly newly released SH Figuarts, Tenshinhan and Chaoz, also known as Chiaotzu and Tien, from Dragon Ball Z. Now this is actually the second version of this figure. The first version I actually haven't yet reviewed, but we will do a comparison in this video. And this one actually came with an articulated Chiaotzu, where the original one was basically just a piece of plastic that was painted and the head was on a ball joint, but the rest of the body did not move. So I'm really glad that they actually made an updated figure that included a articulated Chiaotzu, and hopefully they'll actually do the same for Goldo and Birder, because Goldo is the exact same thing, a static body and just the head moves, but hopefully they'll make a articulated Goldo down the line. So here we can see the box, very nice. We got the pose of the duo together. We got Tenshinhan, also Tien and Chiaotzu back there. We do see this is a P Bandai exclusive, and yes, this is one of the ones that I actually had to end up getting off of Amazon. And funny enough, I actually got this off of Amazon Canada, not Amazon Japan, because Amazon Japan doesn't really like to ship out any P Bandai exclusives, so that really sucks for me. But I actually was able to find this on Amazon Canada. However, the item shipped from France. So yeah, it worked out, and it's here, and the package is pretty flawless. So I'm pretty happy about that. Tenshinhan on the side, like I said, P Bandai exclusive. On the top here, we got him firing his signature attack. I forgot what it was called. He puts his hands together and he shoots like a diamond-shaped energy beam. Inside here we got the third eye, Chiaotzu, the muscles, and the hand. On the bottom we got both of these guys. Wow, that's kind of cool. On the back we got the duo again, and basically all the pictures and descriptions that we normally get with SH Figuarts. And this is actually the first time I've seen this sticker. I've never actually seen this sticker. And just looking at this, I think this company here, Cosmic Group, is made for Britain, France, as well as Italy. So over here in the Americas, we have Bluefin. So yeah, that is it for the box. Let's crack this guy open and see how everything is. Alright guys, and here we are back with Tien and Chiaotzu out of the packaging, and unlike my previous review with the Namek Bulma, which I actually didn't even get a chance to mess with the figure before doing the review, I actually took a little bit of time just to mess around with this figure and see what some of the major points of interest are and how this figure differs from the previous incarnation, which we'll take a look at in a second as well. So starting off here, we got Tien, also known as Tenshinhan. He has a little green sash here, and this is the biggest difference between this and the original version of the figure, which I have right here. If you take a look, you see everything from the bottom down is pretty much identical. The belt here is a little bit thicker. Here he has the sash, and he actually doesn't have the ab kind of molding anymore, whereas this one he does. Even the scar on his chest is pretty much the same. Arms are the same, and honestly, if you look at it again, the big difference here is the sculpting of the head. Now, some people will call this an upgrade, but honestly, looking at how the manga was drawn and also how the anime was portrayed, this was more close to how he was drawn initially, and this is how he looked like later on in, say, the Cell Saga. So both of these guys are fairly accurate. This is just a more modern rendition of Tien, while this one was a little one that's a little bit more older, such as from the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. So I'm going to put this guy up to the side first so we can focus on him. So, like I said, very good sculpting detail, lots of shading throughout his leg region, which is really cool. You see all that shading. We got yellow here around the boots. We got these armbands, bracelets, all painted, which is really nice. We got green with just a red trim. On the back side, fairly clean. We do see the back of the knees, but that's okay. He has a little bit of smudge here, but nothing too bad. So yeah, there is that. Now, articulation, head is on I believe a double ball joint or a ball hinge. I haven't taken the head off yet, so we'll take a look at that later on. Base of the neck is also on a ball joint, so you can get that moving around. He does have a butterfly joint on both sides, which is not the greatest. You get that much, which is pretty good. It does hide the joint, so that's really nice. This one, I would say, actually gets a little bit more, but if you look at it, it's about the same. This one is just a little bit more gappy because it doesn't have the sash. Now, arm goes all the way around. We got a ball joint hinge out to 90. We get a bicep rotation, double jointed elbow, and a ball hinge at the wrist. Getting these arms out of the way. We do have a ab crunch. You can kind of extend it out a little bit to this far forward, this far back. Not the greatest. A ball joint at the waist as well. Legs kick forward this much, kick back that much. He doesn't actually have a big butt like some of the other figures now do, which is nice because he can actually get all that extension back. Some of the other ones can only go to about here, and that's about it. He can do this splits. He's just going to have to play around with this piece a little bit, but that's pretty much all you're going to get. He has thigh rotation here, double jointed knees, which go up just to about 90. No boot swivel, but he does have a double jointed ankle as well as a toe pivot that goes to about there. So pretty good articulation for Tien. Now, in terms of accessories for Tien, he just comes with pretty much the basics. He comes with a few heads and a few hands, but you're saying this is a P-Bandai exclusive. He should have more stuff, right? And I totally agree with you. And that's why we got Chiaotzu, because I believe for the accessories, you can technically count Chiaotzu as an accessory for all intents and purposes because of basically how small he is. So he's basically half the size of Tien. So let's take a quick look at Chiaotzu right now. I love the paint that they did for his face. Very mime looking, kind of. He has a nice red bulb on his hat. His big red cheeks. Those big derpy eyes, which is kind of cute. He's got painted armbands, very similar to Tien. He's got painted belt here as well as a painted kind of tank top. It's got black for the pant legs and yellow for the boots, and just kind of a whitish paint for the bottom of his shoes. Now for articulation, head is on a ball joint. Everything about this guy is extremely simple. I'm just happy that we actually got an articulated version of this guy. So there's that. Shoulders are on a single ball joint. You want to be careful so they don't pop off. He has a single jointed elbow that bends back and bends forward, but that's all you're going to get. He has I believe, a single ball jointed wrist. And getting these arms out of the way. To actually get the arms out, you're going to have to kind of rotate it a little bit and get out this way because he doesn't have the engineering of the bigger figures. There is no waist articulation, sadly. The legs can kick forward about that far, but not that far back because he does have a big butt. The legs can go out. You can kind of rotate these down a little bit so you can get something to about there. And he does have a double jointed knee that actually gets more than Tien, as well as a single jointed, or rather double jointed, ankle joint. And that's pretty much it for articulation for Chiaotzu. Very, very nice compared to what we got before. And just so you guys have an idea what we got before, this is what we got before with the first version of Tien. And the only thing that moved on this guy was the head. It was on a ball joint, so you can kind of tilt back and forth and rotate, but paint-wise, of course, this one wins again, and sculpt-wise, of course, this one wins, because this one, other than the head, nothing else moves. That came with a clip that you can clip onto Nappa to recreate the scene where he blew himself up to try to kill Nappa, but it didn't work. But I'll get more into that when we actually get into the review of the earlier set. So I'll bring this guy off to the side, and I'm just going to put him back. Let's start with accessories for Tien. So accessories, he comes with a bunch of hands. So he's got the fists that are on him now. We'll show you the other ones. So he has two open palm hands. He has two claw hands. He has this kind of bang kind of hand. I don't know if there's an actual move associated with this, so I have no idea. You can let me know in the comments if you do. And he also has his signature attack where he puts his hands together and he can just shoot like a beam of diamond-shaped energy through his hands. Now, honestly, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen enough of my videos or just seen a lot of SH Figuarts videos out there on YouTube that I'm pretty sure you won't need me to show you how to change the hands. And for all intents and purposes, from now on, unless the figure has a special way of changing the hands or the head, I'm just going to skip that because just to cut back on time. Pretty sure no one wants to watch me swap out the hands or heads anymore. So there's that. I'm going to get the hands out of the way. In terms of the heads, so there is the stern, regular-looking face. We have a kind of sweating. You can see the sweat bead right there. Oh my god, what's gonna happen? Kind of face. We have a smirking, hey, 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 kind of face. And we also have a screaming face with the veins popping out on the top of the head. Now you see for this one, there's actually this kind of square peg here that attaches into the base of the neck. What this is for is basically just for transportation. It's because he doesn't have any hair. This similar thing happened with Nappa. Because he doesn't have any hair, his head is basically just a ball. It will just roll around and rattle around in the packaging. So basically to kind of make it look good in the packaging so it doesn't roll around, they stick this peg in. And basically it just kind of clicks in there. You just wiggle it out. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. And use a little bit of force. Come on, there we go. And you can see there's the clip. It clips right in there. It's very hard to put that back in, and honestly, you don't really need it. So pretty much this will just go back in the packaging, or if you want, you can just throw it out. So yeah, those are the heads for Tien. Let's take a look at Chiaotzu now. So here we got the face again. So we have the fists that are on him. The only accessories that he comes with are just two alternative sets of hands. Now, the first set is an open palm. And the second set is a, whoops, try not to lose it, it's a very small piece, double pointer finger hand. And again, just the ball joint there. You just pop that one out and you just pop this one in. So yeah, that is it for that. Let's get all these accessories out of the way so we can take a quick look at some comparisons. So starting off, let's just bring back the original set of these guys. So here we have the original Tien, as well as the original Chiaotzu. So there is that. This one has a hard time sitting up. You kind of have to play with his head and make sure it leans forward and turn in a specific direction to kind of hold it up. So there is that. And of course, here is Goku. Just put him in the middle here so you can actually see how they look. So yeah, that is that. I don't have any of the other figures around right now, so if I did, I would do that. But maybe in later reviews, I'll do a comparison with these guys. So getting these guys out of the way. So yeah, final thoughts on these figures. I definitely like this set. It's a very nice update, with honestly the biggest update being Chiaotzu himself, now that he is actually articulated and able to move around and hold poses rather than just a static piece with a moving head. Now, hopefully, like I said in the beginning parts of this video, they will do something like that similar for Goldo, because Goldo pretty much came as an accessory with Birder, and the only thing that you could do with him is move his head around and also switch his hands out. Again, they were static pieces. I think one of them was his hands were folded, and the other ones was it had this weird pose that, of course, the Ginyu Force always does. But yeah, I'm hoping for that. They will do something like this as well. But in terms of Tien himself, not much of a change. I do like the updated face sculpt as well as that sash, which is a look that he sported later on in the series. But other than that, detail is nice. Lots of shading on Tien. I love that. Paint job looks clean on both of these. In terms of accessories, you don't get a lot, but of course, Chiaotzu himself does count as an accessory for all intents and purposes. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know by hitting that thumbs up button. If you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to do that as well. And until next time, guys, take care.